What's up, people? How are you? No, really, how are you? I'm doing pretty well. Can't complain. Got family and friends. Staying pretty busy. Can't really ask for much more. I can't think of one thing, though. A 1989 Porsche 911. That'll come, though. Not right now. That's later on. But moving forward, so today's video is less educational. It's going to be a bit more entertaining, even though throughout the video you are going to learn a ton about the topic of today's video. And the topic is putting my Sony Venice on a Steadicam. So the origin of this video and the reason why I put the Venice on my Steadicam is just kind of like a little practice was because my buddy Doug, who is a local Steadicam op from Philadelphia, just moved here from China, I believe, and he has been extremely active in building his network here, building relationships, reaching out to DPs, directors, producers, production companies. He's just been nonstop reaching out to people, which has been extremely impressive. And I actually got a chance to meet him in person one day at an event in Philadelphia, and we got talking a little bit, so I got to know him a little bit more in person. And then I saw him make a post pretty much just saying, like, any DPs with a heavy camera who's willing to just throw it on a Steadicam, I just want to practice a little bit. And I thought, okay, I have a Sony Venice. It's definitely not light. Whenever I hire Steadicam, I need to know that that person is of a certain quality. And I say that with all due respect because as a DP, when I hire a Steadicam op, it's my job, it's my role to make sure that I am bringing the best person on for the job. Now, I can't just bring someone on because I like the person and, you know, they're not good at their job. It's not going to go well for the production. It's not going to go well for me, not going to go well for them. So I thought that this could be a great opportunity to kind of get to know Doug a little bit more, see his knowledge in Steadicam, and also be able to throw the Venice on and test him a little bit in a low pressure environment. So yeah, it's so easy as a DP for me to kind of just find a Steadicam whose reel looks perfect. Amazingly smooth shots, crazy movements, but to be truthful, that doesn't really make me feel any better. It doesn't change anything for me. I need to know that person. I need to know how they work, because you see the reel, you see the final version, you see the best shots that they've gotten, but how long did it take for them to get that shot? How many takes did it take? How long did it take for them to get the camera on the Steadicam? Did it take them 10 minutes? Did it take them 45 minutes? I need to know all of these different things before bringing someone on, because all these different things are super important, and timing during a commercial or a music video or film, it's really important, being able to stay on schedule. And it's not just a matter of being able to nail a shot and make it look good on a reel. It's how often you could do it, how consistently, and how quickly you can do that. So these are all questions that I ask myself when I'm hiring a Steadicam op. And these are all factors that are these are just really important. And I'm very impressed with Doug's work, his stamina, his ability to come up with creative ideas that make my idea even better. Because that's an important thing as well as a Steadicam op, is you understand your movements, you understand your limitations and capabilities. So by me giving you instructions on what I envision or what the director envisions, and you being able to elevate it, only makes you a better Steadicam op, a better collaborator, and makes the project better overall. And I do have to say that I was very impressed with Doug's work. And I have a project coming up that's about 98%, 95% greenlit, that I'm actually going to be bringing him on as a Steadicam op for a commercial. And the reason is because I got to see him work here, and I got to see his capabilities, and I trust him now. And I really look forward to actually working with him more and hopefully getting him a little bit deeper into this Philly community. So just before we dive into the behind the scenes, a quick note: we did not have an AC pulling focus, so we were not at a 1.5 or 2.8 or something like that. I believe we stopped down to like a T8 just to keep everything in focus, but just keep that in mind. So yeah, let's just dive into the Steadicam video.
Hey everyone, I'm Douglas and I'm a Steadicam op here in Philly. And today we're playing with Carlo's brand new Venice on the Steadicam. So we're currently setting this up, making sure everything is rigged up first before we even put it on a Steadicam. I currently have the Steadicam plate on already. So we're gonna build this camera up slightly a bit, and then when everything is powered on and done, we can slap it on a Steadicam and we can go from there.
Like however that you want it built. Okay. I'm not operating, so.
Okay, no, this is more of an AC conversation.
Yeah.
Owner, operator.
Yeah, I'm more worried about the picture. I'm more worried about the lighting.
Perfect.
Everything else I leave up to you, because I'm not operating.
Okay. Ready? Steadicam, it's a thing, but it's also the brand.
Yep.
Steadicam, the brand, is owned by Tiffin. I think it's the original brand. There's also another brand called Pro, which a lot of seasoned users, I think, enjoy more. There's a custom built rig company called XCS. So I don't know if next you see an operator with a really big box on the bottom. Those are really well built, and they're probably worth more than like 4 cars. Right. But I think most operators go with the Steadicam stuff. So this is Tiffin's new, they have an M1, which is the older one. It's slightly more beefy, but I had the upgraded thicker post, so it's the same thing.
Looks good. Is this the heaviest camera you've put on this so far?
I don't think so. I will have to check later when I have it actually on the arm, because I can measure how heavy this is, but then I did it last time. I can just basically tell by what kind of springs I put into the Steadicam arm, and I can tell around the weight range. Cool. With Steadicamming, you want to have that sort of pan inertia, so making the rig a bit longer would help with that. Nice. And it smoothens out the panning of the entire thing. And before everyone in the comments say, why are you using a Shinobi? Because it's cheap. It works. For now. Hopefully we'll switch to a small HD soon. But for now, hey, this works. I like it. Do you have a follow focus unit you want to put on? No, that's fine. We'll just close it down then. Yeah, this is not bad at all. Cool. Make this shorter. Honestly, I think at the time for me, it was resource. So Tiffin and Able Cine in New York, and I believe in other locations, offer great courses, and I think anyone who wants to get into it should take one. But I started near the start of the pandemic, and I wasn't in the US, so there weren't necessarily courses that you could take. Well, at least where I was, there were, but were not official. But it turns out I took both of them, and they're very similar. I would say the biggest thing is finding someone who knows or who has operated before teach you.
A mentor.
Yes, I'd say Steadicamming, it's a lot about finding a good mentor, because even if you know how to operate it, the biggest thing is actually working with talent, and that is something that I think experience really brings out, and something that's very difficult to fake. Working with talent and making sure you nail it every time, because you can look at your reel, it looks perfect, but then it takes forever to get that shot, and it's not that great. So
yeah, that's important.
So right now I'm doing dynamic balance, which is what a lot of every op does, and that's what every op posts on their story. Yeah. They usually spin that rig. The reason why you want to do dynamic balance is because when you whip pan, this it doesn't sway when you whip pan. That's another thing why it's difficult to look at which side it's pointing towards. It's because at different speeds, sometimes it might be pointing down because the inertia is not caught up with it pointing up. So that's why people say, people who are more experienced say, it's actually a trial and error stage where you move one thing and then you see if it's better or worse. You can move 3 things on a Steadicam. You can move the camera forward and back, You can move the monitor forward and back. You can move the batteries forward and back. And obviously you can move it down and up. So I like where the monitor is, so I would be only moving the battery and the camera to sort of fix. I think the better up you are, the faster you are at getting dynamic balance. And obviously, one of the biggest due diligence is when you put the plate on, you mark where the center of gravity is for the camera. So you put that center of gravity slightly behind the post, then you play with these, and then it's much easier to get to it. And honestly, today I think this is fine. And once again, I'm using the Vault. So for that one, without the Vault, which is this unit, a Steadicam needs to be bottom heavy, so it needs to sort of have a drop time. With the Vault, you sort of don't need that, so you want it to be neutrally balanced. So honestly, yeah, I think to answer the question, once again, sometimes I like going to set earlier just to have everything out. You might not have the camera immediately, but at least you have everything ready to go. So when they give you a camera, you can slap it on immediately and everything. And one of the biggest things is when you balance the Vault, you sort of have to tune it.
What is the Vault?
So this is the Vault, this unit, this specific thing.
Okay.
This is motors on the gimbal. So if you take this off, it's a conventional Steadicam, but with this, it introduces 2 axes of stabilization, so you can see the motors. If I move the motor sort of like this, you see it balance everything out. So there is systems working to make sure everything is level, so you can basically move it all around. Let's see if I have this guesstimate right. I think this is like maybe 40 pounds. Oh, pretty close. Right now I actually need to balance this arm a bit better. It's pretty good, I would say, but it's still kind of pointing up, which it's best to have it level. So I'm gonna really quickly do that. Cool. So, and then I can turn it on, and then it's perfectly level all the time. So yeah, you can just kind of cool stuff. The coolest thing with the Vault is it's an artificial pendulum. So I can actually turn that on. So it sort of stays. And then the biggest thing for DPs is horizon with stick.
Yes, that's the biggest thing with me, and especially if I'm doing a shot where the horizon needs to be straight, like I need it to be straight.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like this, I could just not even operate, and it's like perfectly level. One of the coolest things is with the Vault is you can set where gravity is. So I can set gravity to be here. So I can do this, and then it just goes up by itself.
That's cool.
And it stays in this position.
Can you do a revolving shot around me?
Yeah.
Nice. Can we do you mind if I test you a little bit?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's do one more. Let's do another revolving, keeping me centered.
Okay. Okay, yeah.
So think Wes Anderson style.
Even when you're high up, it's bottom third.
Yeah. Even if we're pointed down, I want to see what that looks like. Does that make sense?
Hold on, let me see.
Yeah, like that. Same kind of position at that.
Okay.
It's a bit. I think it's a bit of a challenge.
Let's see.
Yeah. Ready?
Can you center yourself a bit more, actually? The other side. Yeah.
Ready?
All right, set.
Go.
I remember there was a story during the workshop where, like, that's why you need good posture when you end. You have to end, like, technically like this. Because, like, apparently Stanley Kubrick during The Shining kept, like, having the operator just keep going.
Yeah.
And it was, like, a 2-minute take just doing this.
Wow.
And then, like, he was like, yeah, I can't. Wow. So, good
All right,
posture.
let me get something. So we do that same shot. You hold it for 10 seconds.
Okay.
And then you whip pan to the left to cut.
Whip hand to left. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So almost like a transition.
Yeah.
Yep. Hold for 10. Oh, yeah, the insurance company. We offer great rates. And now back to someone else. Nice. keep going.
Yeah.
And then I want you to kind of tilt down.
Yeah.
And we're gonna focus on this. This is a shoe ad now.
Okay. I feel like because I haven't told you one of the features of this thing, you'll be like, oh, this is difficult. No, it's super easy because the computer does all.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
I'll let you know when to go to the shoe.
Yeah.
And go to the shoe. Come in tight. Wrap around into the left. Back up underneath the line. Nice, dude. Very impressed with that. Say we're doing a music video.
Yeah.
And I need like high energy. But I want to see like something like this. Like here, and we kind of come back here. Is that possible?
So, showing it.
So like we're on the face, and
Yeah.
you maybe like pull out, and sort of like you.
You want to see sort of like a robot move?
Yes.
Okay, I see.
Yes.
Yeah. Can do. Because like some people do like
That's cool.
and like do this, and then you could like just do a wrap around and like just stick to that. Rolling?
Yeah. No, not yet. When you're ready, hit
Okay,
the
yeah.
record button.
Start from over there actually.
And walk.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
So hopefully you enjoyed that little behind the scenes video. Hopefully you learned a little bit. I think Doug did a very good job of kind of educating us into the background of Steadicam, what the rig consists of, some of the possibilities of it, limitations, capabilities, and also just a bit of an entertaining little piece. Yeah, I'm just really excited to work with Doug a little bit more, get him more involved in the Philly area. He is a super sweet guy, and yeah, I was very impressed with his work, and definitely could see him growing to be a really talented and very wanted Steadicam op in the market here. So that's all I got for you today. If you like this video, hit the subscribe button, like, comment, let me know what you think, share with a friend, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day. Peace out.